Welcome. I'm TBoneSteak. That's Fooie, right over here, and we're going to bring you some Splatoon today, guys. For those of you who don't know, Splatoon is kind of an interesting game. There's a lot of components to it, so we're going to run through a few things about the components of Splatoon and see how they work out before we get started with the game match today. Today's match is going to be the Central Region Play versus Finals with Northside, the Sploon Gang from Northside, from Fort Smith, Arkansas, and then we got the CHS Trojans from Charleston, Illinois. And this is the second time they've met this year. This is the first time they've met in playoffs. So let's talk about the modes. There's going to be 5 game modes today. This is a best of 5 contest. So whichever team wins the first 3 matches is going to win out. The first mode is Turf War, and that's exactly what it is. That ink right there that you see on your screen will cover every inch of that territory. Whoever covers the most territory at the end of the match, they are declared the winner. And then the second one is called Rainmaker. That is the Rainmaker currently right there. That is a super weapon that is dropped in the middle of a map, and 2 teams vie for that super weapon, and they have to get that super weapon to 2 different checkpoints throughout the event. Once they get the Rainmaker to the second checkpoint, that is considered a win for that team. But it also measures at the top, and you'll see it at the top when that game mode shows up. It measures the distance that they have gone, and so if neither team gets that Rainmaker into the second dunk, whichever one has gone the farthest, they're declared the winner at the end of the match. The third mode is called Splat Zones. If you look on your screen there, you're going to see this little purple area that's kind of surrounded. That's the zone. You have to, as you and your team have to get your color paint in that zone. When you cover that zone with your color paint, you control that area. You have to control that area for 100 seconds. If the other team comes by, they can throw their ink into that zone and knock you out of the zone, and they can also clear it and take over the zone from you. Once that happens, if you look there, you get a little penalty. You see that, Fooey, do you see that little number +9 underneath that purple there?
Yes, sure do.
Yeah, so that's the penalty. So the further you are, like say you're down to 16 seconds, and the other team comes by and covers that zone with their paint and takes control of that zone, you get a deeper penalty. Sometimes that penalty can be up to 100 seconds again. So you got to be real careful about property management, especially towards the end of that zone, the end of that game. The fourth map, hang on, there we go. The fourth stage is called Tower Control. That little tower there that you see that little dude riding on, they ride that all the way through the map. There's 3 different checkpoints on each side of the map, and if you look up here at the top of the screen, right below the team composition, you'll see those 3 little checkpoints. Once they get past the checkpoint, that color clears, and then they have so many inches or so many distance. I don't know. They call it parsec. I don't know what they call it. Let's call it a parsec. Let's just call it a parsec here. Let's use some Star Trek terms. However far that is, they're going to have that distance to get to the next one, and they're going to go through all 3 of those checkpoints. Once they hit that 3rd checkpoint, they can go to the end, and the game would be over. But once again, just like the Rainmaker, that tower can move back and forth, and each team can gain control, gain territory. And if none of them get to the end point, then whoever gets the farthest is declared the winner. The last mode is Clam Blitz. I couldn't really get a good picture of Clam Blitz, but if you can imagine, all over the ground there's these little clams, and they're literally clams. You have to color them with your ink so that you can pick them up. Once you get 8 clams, you get a super clam, is what you see on your screen there. It looks like a football. In fact, most of us call it a football. Most of us who play, we're like, hey, I got the football, let's go. You throw the football at a protected area called it's called the basket. Each team has a basket of their own, and they protect that basket. You throw the football at the protected area, it breaks the barrier on the basket, and you can throw more clams in the basket. So on and so forth. So if you got all 4 of your team members on a big push, One of them throws the football, clears the barrier. The rest of them start tossing clams in there. Pretty soon, you're down to 36 clams left instead of 100. The way you win, you zero out that clam, the number of clams, or you get to the end and you're the team that has the most clams in the opponent's basket. So those are the 5 modes. Once we take a look at those and we get through those, then let's talk about weapon composition. So we have basically 3 different types of weapons. You've got shooters, you've got rollers, which I believe paintbrush is in there too, and you've got stringers, which is the new weapon of Splatoon 3. The stringer is basically it's a bow and arrow, and it shoots 3 blobs of ink, or you can hold it and charge it for a big shot. There are other specifics to each weapon. If you look down here at the bottom, you'll see this funky looking blue and silver gun that's kind of running across the screen. That's kind of a sniper rifle. It's called an E-liter. And then you've got blasters, and you've got just straight shooters, you've got regular rollers, you've got big rollers, you've got all types of weapons and different types of composition, and that depends on player comfort. Who's comfortable with this? What am I comfortable with? Splatana is also a new weapon class this season in Splatoon. The Splatana, it's a windshield wiper. Let's just say what it is. It's just an old windshield wiper that's converted. If you know anything about Splatoon lore, you'll understand what it is. Then you've got sub-weapons and special weapons. And I'll be talking about that during gameplay because most of the time these players choose their weapon class and their subs and specials to base their composition for their team and their team play. Let's see here. Looks like we've got some stuff going on here on the announcements. All right, so we've got our announcements being pushed through. Some of the stuff being pushed through some of the Discord channels, and so I was double checking that. Guys, let's check out the Trojans. Let's check out their record. If you look here, their record for regular season, they played Sploon Gang. They played this team that they're playing today. They played them early in the season. Fooie, it looks like they played it the second game of the season. I do believe, I am a firm believer that 3-2 score indicates that, well, actually, let's take a look at it. Let's just open it up. Let's take a look at this game here, and let's see how that game went. Okay, looks like, well, you can't really see much here. I would assume that Northside won the first 2 matches, and CHS just came back in those last 3 matches. Either that or they traded. It could be either way. But the deal is that this was a game of 5, a best of 5 series, and it went down to the 5th game. That is a tough loss for Northside, but also at the same time, that's early in the season down here in the Sploon Gang. And if you take a look at Northside, since then, they haven't lost a match. If you look at their regular season record and you look at their playoff season record, they haven't lost a single match. And guys, my team has played against Sploon Gang twice this year, and I'm telling you, the first part of the year and the second part of the year, it's like we were playing 2 different teams. This team has been getting better and better every time they come out. They are led by Shayla. And Shayla Dawson is her name. She goes by, her gamer tag is Axis Laz, and she is their E-leader, 4-scope, and she's the anchor of the team. She sits in the back and she makes sure everything is going correctly and their team is moving in the right spot. And that girl she is a hound when it comes to scouting other teams and figuring out stuff. And I do believe Shayla is a huge part of the progression of this team this year. Fooie, I know you don't know a whole lot about Splatoon. I know you don't play Splatoon yet, but I think we're trying to get a team together this summer. So I'm gonna go ahead and call you out right now and tell you that you're gonna play with us this summer. You, me, and Woopow and Strino, we're all gonna have a team this summer. We're gonna play in some leagues. So I'm excited today to see you watch this game and see you watch this match and see how things go for a little while here. But I'm telling you, Gizzard, you guys, that's the one to watch. I think today we're going to be hooked up to double. We might be hooked up to Gizzard. I don't know which way Coach Coates is going to go, but we're going to have one of those two POV. But if you look at Gizzard here, he sent me a little bio. I've got some bios of all the players over here that I'm looking at. And Gizzard has over 11,000 hours in all 3 Splatoon games. And he's only in 9th grade. So that tells me that this kid has been playing Splatoon since he was about 6 years old. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. You know, they added Splatoon to the Play versus Cup. It looks like we're fixing to start Turf War right here. And it looks like we're going to start with Hagglefish Market. They added the Splatoon to the Play versus Cup. So, you know, she has a chance. She has an opportunity to play nationally if she wins this if her team wins this match today. So we're going to watch. So it looks like that is Gizzard. We are watching Gizzard right now. So we are on the Gizzard with the 52 gal. That little special that he just tossed up, that was a ink wall. That gives him a little bit of a shield. It's hard to shoot ink through. So now they're double teaming everybody. It looks like they're taking control of the middle. They're taking control of the mid zone. That's a good place to be. That's a good way to position your team. Once you get control of mid, you can work your way up through the other team's base and cover that ink down. But remember, Turf War is all about ink control and putting that ink down and keeping your territory your color. Looks like we got some yellow coming in. Axis is down there throwing down with the yellow team. Oh, I got some pressure from up top, and he's going to super jump out. That is a great protective move. You can super jump to your players at any time, or you can super jump back to the base. Looks like he pulled a base move there, so Gizzard could get back in position. Baconator looks like he just took down Baconator on a knockout. That Baconator looks like his name is Daniel, and he's in 11th grade, and he's been playing Splatoon 2 casually, and then he's really been kicking it up ever since on Splatoon 3. He's their frontline flanker. Now, what they did there, they pulled up, so you got Gizzard pulled up the map there. It looks like that CHS has a lot of control, has a lot of yellow down, but they are coming back. It looks like Sploon Gang's coming back here running some purple. What are you seeing here, Fooie? What do you like about this?
T-Bone, I was just about to ask you, if you're playing this with your team,
Yep.
Is it something to keep someone in the back line just to make sure that no one can come back around behind your team?
Well,
is that something that you want to do, is have someone posted in the back at all times?
Yeah, and Hagglefish Market is kind of interesting. If you watch what Gizzard's doing right now, you see that little step over there on his right-hand side. That allows for the teams to come by and flank, and both sides of the map are identical. So yellow has that opportunity on their side as well to come around and flank. So your big opportunities, you see how those two players right there on that map are posting up right on each side of the middle. They're protecting their flank. And then you're going to have people like Gizzard who push up and keep going further, and that's what's going to progress you in. Okay, Gizzard threw down his wall, but see, he got in a fight there with Ignite. It looks like he won that, and then we got the super clan. You got the what's that super this clam? Yeah. So we got some super modes coming out. Looks like we got about 4 seconds left of this match, so they're going to do a full push. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens when it comes down to the count. Oh, I'm going to call yellow on that one. I'm going to say CHS took that win. Yep. Oh, man, very close. 45% to 42%. That's a 3% change, but we're going to give that win to CHS. So CHS takes the first win today, but that's okay. There's 4 game modes left. Lily leads this team. Looks like Lily, her gamer tag is Ignite. She leads this team on the CHS side, and she's been playing Splatoon 1. She's been playing since Splatoon 1 as well, but she really got competitive in the Splatoon 3 scene. She's a sophomore at Charleston High School in Illinois. And then we got Bucket. He is an 11th grader. and Bucket has been playing Splatoon 3 and been competitive since launch. Fooey, I'm picking up some background. Is that you guys, or is that the Northside stream?
That could be me. Hang on just a second. I swapped out mics here to see if
Okay.
that helps make any difference. So
Yeah,
if so, then we'll get that background.
that's okay. I'm just getting a lot of I didn't know if that was Northside stream or if that was your stream, because folks, we are on the VESN. We're on the Varsity Esports Network, but we are picking up Northside stream to stream this to you today with some commentary. Northside doesn't have the opportunity to do a lot of commentary, so we offer to do it for him today.
Yeah, and I'm super excited to be on here with you, T-Bone. And
oh man, wow!
Calling out all the extra players here, each player from each team. I think it's really unique in esports. You know, you said this team's from Illinois.
Yeah, look out!
You're not going to see that in interstate competition.
Yeah, look out! Axis has got her E-leader out. She is deadly with that thing. With Gizzard running the 52 gal, Axis running the E-leader, and you got double over there with that swiper. This is going to be a rough match to win for for the other team. If you look here, they've kind of the purple has kind of taken control of mid. They're working their way through to get that Rainmaker. Now the Rainmaker has a shield on it. You have to pop that shield before you can get the Rainmaker. If your team doesn't pop that shield, but your team is around it, when that shield pops, they get wiped. So you got to be real careful. So we'll have Chris bump the audio.
I'm gonna see if I can turn up my microphone volume here also.
Okay, because I'm picking up a lot of your kids in the background. Okay, it looks like CHS has gone through one checkpoint, and they're fixing to. Oh, what a save! Good job, Giz. Big save right there, right at the end, and they lost it again. So what they're doing right now is CHS is trying to push that Rainmaker as far up into Sploon Gang's base as they could, and they had two opportunities to get that second dunk on that second checkpoint, and they were shut down by that Sploon Gang. So good pull on that Sploon Gang to get their stuff together and get everything back. Now they're bringing the Rainmaker back forward. Let's see where we go from here. Okay, the Rainmaker is down in the middle. Looks like CHS is going to try to get control. Oh, Gizzard got hit by a shark. Baconator was sharking on the side there. And now he's coming to shut down Axis and open up for his team to push up through the forward motion. Okay, Baconator is up into the base. Rainmaker's lost again. Another save. Guys, if you look at the top part of the screen there, you're going to see the progress. CHS has one step away, and now that is perfect. Good job, Giz. Good strategy there. Giz reset the Rainmaker to the middle by jumping off the edge. So we're going to see a battle in the middle here. Yeah, Fooey, I'm still picking up a lot of you got your kids in the lab playing some games? Yeah, I'm picking up a lot of that. I don't know if we're getting that on the stream or not. What? Okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here as
far
as volume.
That's okay. It looks like Sploon Gang's about to pull a rally here. They have gone past the first checkpoint, and they are working their way up, dropping every special they can to get that Rainmaker up the ramp, try to get to that second checkpoint, and trying to get that W. Oh, full wipeout. So it looks like Sploon Gang's got a wipe here, but they're running the Rainmaker. Cheesy's up there, Double's up there. Here comes Giz in for the jump. Let's see if we can get Double up the ramp. No, we can't get Double into the checkpoint, but Giz is right there to pop that shield and see if he can make a jump at it. And they did it right there. Looks like that second game is going to go to Sploon Gang. We're going to put Sploon Gang on the win there. So the score is now tied 1-1 in a best-of-5 series. And we're going to go on to Splat Zones. Now, Fooey, here's the way this works. The home team, I believe in this case, Northside was the home team. Sploon Gang was the home team this time. The home team gets to pick the first map. So the home team picked that Hagglefish Market. Then the loser of the first game gets to pick the second map that they play. So if I were to guess, Northside picked both Hagglefish and Hammerhead Bridge. But now that Northside has won that game, now CHS gets to pick the third map that we're going to play with Splat Zones. Let's talk about Cheesy. So Cheesy is a player for Sploon Gang, and he looks like he is a sophomore. He's in 10th grade. It's the first time he's been in competitive with Splatoon. He plays a Nautilus 47, which is kind of a neat little weapon. It's a long-range shooter that is kind of like a Gatling gun. It shoots. It's an automatic weapon, but you have to charge it. Most of those weapons that you have to charge like that, you have to hold down the fire key, and then when you release the fire key, it releases its ink. The unique thing about the Nautilus is you can charge it, you can hold charge, and then you can enter squid mode, which allows you to move faster. Go into squid mode and swim through the ink and pop up where you need to be, and then release that trigger. That's the only one of that class that allows you to do that. The Splatling class. So Cheesy had some big runs right through there, right on that big push with him and Double, kind of 2v4ing the other team there right at the end of that second checkpoint. And then when Gizzard came in, when Gizzard comes in, it's a hard fight to win. So it looks like we're doing Splat Zones on Mako Mart. Thank you, Sanic. I forgot the map. So again, in Splat Zones, that little area up there at the front that you see that is kind of a neon pink right now, that area is the area that you have to cover by your ink. Looks like Sploon Gang has opted to be on defense here, letting the other team go ahead and take it. Oh, and that worked for them because now they got a full wipeout. They've got control of the zone, and now they're pushing up into the base. And we got Gizzard over here sharking, and he lost that matchup with Draco. Looks like Draco, he is a 11th grade frontliner. He's played very little Splatoon 1. He got Splatoon 3 a month after launch and been playing it competitive ever since. So that's the one who took him out. Looks like CHS has got control of that zone again, and if you look there, Sploon Gang is running with a 24-second penalty. So once Sploon Gang, if they get control of that zone again, they're going to have 24 seconds before that time starts coming down again. Man, Gizzard's having a hard time trying to find a corner, trying to find a flank. But, Booyah Bomb's out. Specials are out. Giz with a takedown. Let's see if Giz gets another takedown. Got a second takedown. They're going to camp the jump. Going to get the third takedown with a full wipeout, with Giz getting 3 of those takedowns. And now he's going to shark up top here and get ready for another battle with the Doolies, and losing that battle with the Doolies. But Sploon Gang is still in the lead. Now they've lost control, and they're back. Okay, they're gaining control. So it's kind of a back and forth right there in the middle. Let's get Gizzard back in the fight, see what happens, and see if we can push a little bit of area out. Gizzard's got 1 down, got 2 down. And got that wave breaker out, being able to figure out where these things are. Loses that matchup, but he got 2 before he gets the 1. And there's Baconator. Baconator is a frontline flanker. He's in 11th grade up there 1v1ing with Gizzard, and Gizzard's pulling the track. Got a big takedown there with the crab tank. And the crab tank has a lot of armor. And, there you go. Northside's got the pull again. Looks like they're going to get the win for the third game if I'm not mistaken. Let's see what Jed has to say. Yep, got a full third win there. So the score is now 2-1. Sploon Gang. Sploon Gang's looking for some retribution. They're not letting CHS take control of this match, and that is indicative of how they played against CHS way back early in the season. And they're saying, we want this and we want it bad, and they're going to try to take it. So if I were Sploon Gang and their team, I would be thinking about the best way to go about this tower control. I would make sure that I controlled this tower, and I took control of it early, and I took control of it often, and I kept the other team away from it, because this would solidify that win, and we get that W real quick. Guys, this game is fast. We're 22 minutes into this game, and it is just rocking along. Fooey, I heard you for a second. Are you back with me?
I think so.
Yeah. Yes, I can.
Right, awesome. I figured it out. The webcam was trying to take over the audio.
Oh, that's what Sanic was telling me.
Yeah.
Sanic was like, something's going on. We got something weird going on over here.
Hey, obviously you don't need my help. It's a great play-by-play commentary going on there, so really enjoyed. I could hear you the whole time.
Oh, good. Good.
So, man, this is a hot match right here, though.
Well, and you see how fast the Splatoon match can be. I mean, that's what I love about this game, because I've got a 6-year-old at home, and if you know anything about kids, they demand a lot of your attention. So for me to be able to take this game and pick up my Switch or turn on my Switch from it's connected to my TV or whatever, and be able to log in and play a 3 or 4 minute match and play a couple of matches and then put it up, man, that's gold to me. That helps me out so much. And these games are like that. They're just fast. They are super fast. So looks like we're going to see tower control in the Museum del Alfonso. Now this map here, what's interesting about this map, this was a map from Splatoon 1 that they brought back for Splatoon 3 with a little bit of nuance, a little bit of changes. What's really cool is that spinner in the middle. That's where the tower is located, and that thing spins in the middle and allows players to shark off of it. That's where Axis is going to set up when she gets to her point. If you watch, Axis is going to set up either on that top part of that area where that spinner is, or she's going to set up on the top right hand side of this area. Looks like CHS has come out with a full lead. They're going to hit checkpoint 1. Let's see. Okay, checkpoint 1 went down without a problem, and they're fighting. Oh, they've got double wipeout. That's 2 wipeouts on Sploon Gang. So CHS is coming back. They're ready for a fight too. Fooey, I think this is going to go down to Game 5.
Hey, you're saying a wipeout there, so just clarify for me and anyone that doesn't know what is a wipeout.
So a wipeout means if you look at the top of the screen, you've got team compositions. You've got the purple on one side and the yellow on the other. If you look at them, they get X'd out when they get knocked out, when they get sent back to respawn. When the whole team gets X'd out, it counts as a wipeout for the other team. When it shows that wipeout on the screen, if you're that other team, if you're the opposite team, that's when you need to push, because then you have free and clear area to put your ink down, to start getting your disruptions out, and to start making everything nice and flat for your team to make more ground, or to take, in this case, take that tower further. The tower moves by standing on it. There has to be a teammate of that color standing on that tower. If you jump off the tower will stop. And at some points, if you're off the tower for too long, the tower will reset itself back to its neutral position, which is in the middle of the map. So the goal is to get on the tower and stay on the tower. But if you notice here, like, Gizzard's pushing up here. Okay, he's got 3 down. Where's that 4th one? He's going for that crab tank up there at top. He's trying to get that wipeout. He misses the wipeout, but man, he pushes a lot of ground for his team. And if you look there, they've got 2 players on the tower, and they have taken the lead, and they're at checkpoint 3 right now. And that's what's keeping that tower moving. Is now their players have been knocked off the tower, or they've been knocked out, one or the other, and now that tower is coming back to the neutral position. don't believe. Oh, it looks like yellow is in control of the tower. It looks like there is someone on top of it driving that tower. But yeah, that's what makes that tower move. You have to be on it, or one of your teammates has to be on that tower to make it move. Okay, I don't know if I would have exchanged there. Giz did an exchange with that other player. I don't know if I would have taken that stamper to the face like he did, but he did take that. He did take that player down. So sometimes it's okay to trade like that. Sometimes it's not okay to trade. Let's see if that works out for him. So what they're doing.
Always amazes me, like how intelligent these players are playing this game, because they have to keep up with each other. They got to keep up with their team, what the other team's doing.
Yeah.
And they're trying to move an objective on top of that. So you just have layers and layers of gameplay.
Oh, and they're hollering.
I love this.
They're hollering at each other right now. I know they are. It's kind of funny. I have them. I'm on one of the Discords with a lot of the Central Region Splatoon players, and they tell me all the time, they're like, yeah, our call-outs are not very, because, that's what they call them. They call them call-outs. Like, for example, if Gizzard takes down somebody, he's going to say, hey, I got the stamper. Just right then. He just got the Splatana. He would say that to his teammates so they know, okay, you got 3 down here, looking for a 4th, and missed the jump. But there's the wipeout right there for Sploon Gang. Now they're able to push and protect, and they've kind of backed that other team into a corner because there's not a lot of lanes to come out of their home. And looks like they pulled that win right there. They solidified that tower. They took that tower all the way down, and that's probably going to be game. Let's see here. Is that 3, Sanic? Huh? Yeah, is that the third match that Sploon Gang has won? So we ended up 3-1 here. It looks like Sploon Gang is going to take it, and Sploon Gang is going to be your Play versus Central Region champions for Splatoon this year. Congratulations, Sploon Gang. Congratulations, Coach April Coates, and congratulations to all the players. Axis, Double, Gizzard, and Cheesy. Good job, guys. Way to end your season, and we'll see you again in the Play versus Cup. Fooie, thank you so much for having me out here on your network. I know that you and Chuck and Woo Pow have been working real hard on the League of Legends scene, and it's so good to see some Smash Brothers coming in and some Splatoon coming in, and I hope to be able to do it again for you guys.
Hey, I appreciate you, T-Bone. Excellent job. Congratulations from me to Coach April Coates as well. I said now we'll have to listen to her gloat about how she has yet another championship, but we'll deal with it because it's for the state of Arkansas. So congratulations to her. She does a ton of work for Arkansas esports just like you do, and just super excited for her and her players.
Looks like she's gone ahead and shut down her stream, so we'll go ahead and close that up. But that's all right. I mean, if you take a look here, let's go ahead and see if she's posted the win. Let's check the standings here and see if she's posted that win in Play versus, because I know if she's anything like me, that W is already sitting. Yep, she's already posted it, 18-3. That W is sitting in her pocket, and she is ready to go. Guys, congratulations, Sploon Gang. Hey, good job, CHS, for pushing all the way through, too. That is a hard bracket. If you look here, there's my team, Soggy Sinks, and we played Bentonville Opposition on the second round, and they were the number 1 seed, and they didn't fall until Sploon Gang got a hold of them. So Sploon Gang's just playing. They are on the money, and there is that championship. There's that W right there. Congratulations to Coach Coates, and congratulations to Sploon Gang.